Hey guys, Disclaimer Magic here, and I finally went out and bought some Super B Complex vitamins, and I've been on a bit of a B bender today, so duck and cover, cause it's day one of the official spoilers. I think we've already seen half the set at this point. I'm being sarcastic. But anyway, let's jump in with Disciplined Duelist. It's a green, white, blue creature human citizen. So 2/1 with double strike, which anything above 1 with double strike you gotta watch out for, and it enters the battlefield with a shield counter on it. Not capitalized, which means something. I was gonna say it means it's a mechanic, and then I realized at the last second, that's the exact opposite. It's not a named keyword or whatever. Does that mean it's not even an evergreen mechanic, it's just added to the game as a rules word? Anyway, what it actually does is, if it would be dealt damage or destroyed, remove a shield counter from it instead. Now, I want to say dealt damage. I think they should have stopped there. That said, I love this. I like half measures. Indestructible is too good. Hexproof is too good. Ward, okay. I'm not saying they haven't abused it and set it too high and put it on overpowered creatures, but these half measures are better. And like that, whenever this creature is blocked, blah. That's better than just trample. Okay, trample's a little much. You need half measures to keep it fair because most of the oldest keywords in the game are quite honestly too powerful. You can't put them on anything good or it just eventually gets banned. So the whole, this says double strike and you strapped a +5/+5 aura to it or something. Okay, I need to destroy this. It should not take 2 destruction spells. That's ridiculous. I mean, that's almost as bad as hexproof if you think about it. Like, if I've got a kill spell, I can't kill this guy with it. I have to defeat him in combat, which is never going to happen because he has double strike. So him by himself, okay, great. The 3-color thing, okay, he may not come out on turn 3. But after that, you're screwed. It's just a timer ticking. You're going to lose 1 creature per swing. At least he doesn't have trample, but they can give him trample. At least he's only 2 attack, but you can give him more attack, and that's the problem. That's why I don't like, if it would be destroyed, remove a shield counter from it instead. And then there's other cards that can replicate counters, so like everything falls apart under scrutiny, but the idea behind this and how it's going to work in sealed and standard constructed, I love it. So next up, we got one of the mythics, Falco, Spara Pact Weaver. So it's a 1 generic 4-cost green, white, blue legendary creature bird demon, 3/3 flying trample, and when it enters the battlefield with a shield counter on it. So there's that again. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. I just realized you could just have everything have a shield and then just board wipe and you'll just win. Yeah, they screwed up pretty badly with this one. The in combat where, it's not just one and done, it's not just trade, it's not just, oh no, you ambushed me, now I'm dead, oh no, I'm gonna lose. You should get more durability out of the creatures. And I don't mean graveyard recursion. Stupid zombies, the color black and phoenixes. Those have been some of the most problematic cards in like the last 7 years for sure. And if you don't agree, I mean, just look up the prices at the time. We're talking $20+ cards minimum. So yeah, that's not how you do it. Just let it die twice in combat, that's how you do it. But the whole or is destroyed, no. Way too far, especially in these colors. Anyway, you may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast spells from the top of your library by removing a counter from a creature you control in addition to paying their other costs. Oh, that's spicy, but I'm sure they're thinking, oh, shield counter. No, it just says counter. In fact, I'm not sure that you can spend a shield counter because, like, counter as in like a +1/+1 counter, which is just called a counter, and then counter as in like add a counter of any type to a creature. They use the same word, neither is capitalized, and there's no distinction between them whatsoever except for the definition, which is context sensitive. In this case, I can't figure out the context. And that's a problem, but it didn't say of any kind. So, but then he puts a counter on himself and they use the same word counter. I don't know. Is the rule now that like a gerund before the word counter, which is a noun used as an adjective, so a compound noun or whatever, shield counter, like that's a thing? There's no such thing as, a counter, it's a shield counter. It might as well be hyphenated. I don't know. We'll have to read the rulings. But next up we got Ledger Shredder. It's a 2-cost rare creature bird advisor 1/3 with flying, so that's already pretty good. When a player casts their second spell each turn, I hate that effect. Ledger Shredder connives. Draw a card, then discard a card. If you discarded a non-land card, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Notice it's when a player does it, you or them. Yeah, I don't love that, but just everything taken together, this is just a really good creature. Next up, a little chat. And I gotta say, with that artwork, they're actually taking the set seriously for some reason. They seem to kind of alternate. Remember the tone where everything's like a play on words, and I don't just mean the D&D set, where it's practically like, what, is this an uncard? And it's like, you're just insulting everything. I mean, like the "you are already dead" card. Come on. But this one, it could have been he's chatting with a very small person, like a shrunken person. That would have been a little chat if this was tongue-in-cheek. So apparently this is super duper serious Demon New York and totally not offensive to Italians. Because guys, WotC is very, very serious about their racism. Anyway, it's a 2-cost blue instant, uncommon, Casualty 1. Boy, a lot of mechanics in there. Hey, it reduces the writing. I read casualty, I read a number, I know what the card does. Yes, more of this, less unique cards. Do it, Wizards. They're moving a really good direction with this one, it seems. Too bad standard is an absolute circus and won't rotate for like 6 months. Anyway, as you cast the spell, you may sacrifice a creature with power 1 or greater. When you do, copy the spell. Oh my. Sounds like you can only do it once, so this is literally just exploit with a limit put on it, which, okay. Or I should say requirement, not a limit, but whatever. And also it's, not creatures and okay, I mean, yeah. It's a trade-off, it's a player decision. You got to use your play wisdom and the board state to know if you should do it or shouldn't do it. I'm all for that, instead of just dumb luck or overpowered crap. So look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the other on the bottom of your library. Okay, so that's just brainstorm, ponder, opt. Need I go on? I get it, it's what blue does, but can blue stop doing that for a little while? That would be great. Next up, Zayatora the Incinerator. It's a 6-cost, 3 generic, 1 black, 1 red, 1 green, 6/6 legendary creature demon dragon. I think I fought one of those in D&D one time. Flying, at the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice another creature. When you do, Zayatora the Incinerator deals damage equal to that creature's power to any target, and you create 3 treasure tokens. Oh good, a dragon that creates treasure tokens. I'm so glad they're doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on that bullshit. Whatever, it's a triple cost 6 with the least popular color combination. I don't think anybody's going to rush out to play this. Well, it is any target. This is a very good card, definitely. I could see somebody with a very specific deck running this as their leader. So next up, Jaxis the Troublemaker. Oh yes, I see you've got your troublemaking suspenders on. Anyway, 4-cost 2/3 legendary creature, human warrior. Pay 1 red, tap it, discard a card, create a token that's a copy of another target creature you control. No, stop doing that. Seriously, what is wrong with you, Wizards? It gains haste, and when this creature dies, draw a card. Oh, nice. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Okay, that's just Whip of Erebos, but without it being in the graveyard. Great. So you can only activate it at sorcery speed, because do I really need to explain it? And Blitz 2. Another keyword. And as you can imagine, it's red, it's a discount casting cost, it's awful. Basically, if you cast this for its blitz cost, you get to drop it in, but then at the end step sack it. Also gains haste, obviously. So yeah, a 2/3 creature for 2, and then it's just red wins. You just drop it in, hit 'em, drop it in, hit 'em, drop it in, hit 'em. That is incredibly annoying. Hard to play around too. Next up, Devilish Valet. Devil Warrior 1/3, 3-cost red, Alliance. Here we go. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, double Devilish Valet's power until end of turn. Now it is only a 1/3. Okay, it is a warrior, so I mean red-white warriors maybe, but that's not that creature heavy. That's kind of the point. I don't know what you would play this in, but it's interesting. By the way, just in general, the way red's going here, you don't mix red wins, red rush. Like I always called them blitz decks. Now it's literally a blitz deck because they literally named it blitz in a 3-color set because 3 colors are slow. That was just, everybody's just gonna draft red, rush everything, and just win. And you know that you can always draft red mid-range. Because, a constructed deck can probably blitz them on turn 4 or 5, but, you're going to need some backup and some fat boys in case you get them down to 5 and then kind of run out of fuel, So, yeah, I don't think this is going to be a good set for drafting. Next up, the cover from the new Harry Potter movie, I assume. It's wiretapping, 4-cost, blue enchantment. Oh, this is going to be good. It's a rare. Oh, God. Hideaway 5. That's got to be the 10th keyword. I'll stand by what I said. Less words on cards. Okay, yeah, I get it. It's reminder text, but it's in italics. It's smaller. You don't have to read it if you know what hideaway is. Okay, cool. I like it. Then they paired it with the second, I'll just call it what it is, paragraph. So they defeated the purpose, and it only applies if you remember what the keywords do. But really, without even trying, I think in 5-10 minutes, you could remember what all of these keywords do so far. So Hideaway 5. When this enchantment enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards of your library, exile 1 face down, then put the rest on the bottom in a random order. So, scry, except you can only choose 1 and it goes to exile. Weird. Anyway, whenever you draw your first card during each of your draw steps, draw a card. Then if you have 9 or more cards in hand, you may play the exiled card without paying its mana cost. Why the hell would you have 9 or more cards in hand, and why would you be looking for an edge if you already do? You're already going to win. If you don't, your deck sucks, or your opponent's deck absolutely is ridiculous. If this is another, blue has 15 cards in hand set, I'm not interested. So next up, Halo Fountain. It's a 3-cost white artifact mythic. Hello. And this looks pretty dang spicy. You pay 1 and tap it, untap a tapped creature you control, and you can do that at instant speed. Create a 1/1 green and white citizen creature token, so you can maybe double block someone. Yeah, that's kind of neat. Untap ambush effects are great, but the whole point is the ambush. But, well, there's a lot of really dumb, careless, half-attention players on Arena. So, pay 2 and tap it. Untap 2 tapped creatures you control, draw a card. That's ridiculous. And then pay 5 white. Oh yes, tap it. Untap 15 tapped creatures you control. Not up to. It's 15. You have to have 15 targets, I guess. And then you win the game. I mean, I don't like alternate win cons, but honestly, if you have 15 creatures in play, you somehow manage to tap them in a set that so far doesn't have Convoke, and they all survived, and you have 5 white mana, and you have this in play, just win the damn game. You're going to win anyway. Like, I've seen worse. Now, I really don't like that this isn't legendary. Obviously, you got 3 of these in play, and they're just dropping in more and more and more tokens in like a token dump deck, or a go wide deck as they call it. Yeah, you might as well just forfeit. So, I don't know, like, I kind of like this, but, could live without it. I've seen worse, but I could live without it. Next up, Gala Greeters. It's 2 green, 1/1 Elf Druid Alliance. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Why couldn't they say green creature? Come on, you're clearly pushing mono undertones under this 3-color set. Anyway, 1, put a 1/1 counter on Gala Greeters. 2, create a tapped treasure token, which they really need to calm down with that. I get it, it's single-use mana, but like, it just lets people ramp up to some broken game-ending crap and then fizzles out, but it doesn't matter. It might as well have just been a land because you win the game, so who cares? Anyway, 3rd mode, you gain 2 life. So whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, choose one that hasn't been chosen yet this turn. So creature, good, creature, good, creature, good, doesn't say non-token, which is where I take issue, but this is still not as bad as, Peaceful Innkeeper or whatever? Just ETB, any creature gain 1 life, plus Scoot Swarm. Yeah, not really a fan of this. Like, the card's fine, but in context, it's a little much. Next up, Elspeth Resplendent. I read about 2 paragraphs of the story. Elspeth was in it for some reason. Must have been an excerpt from the Theros story that they forgot to write. I wish I was kidding. And let me just say, it might be explained in the story. I'm not going to find out because that's about as much as I read. But why don't they just show up and be like, wow, this place is neat, and then just show up in whatever the hell they were wearing? Like, why she gotta dress like the natives? Is she trying to blend in? Are they doing an investigation? I mean, probably, because this is all the noir set, but like, I just want to see Chandra show up in boots and be like, what's good? Like, right in the middle of, like, 1910 New York. I just think it would be funny, and so do you. So, 5-cost double white Planeswalker 5 loyalty. So, okay, now the last time we had Elspeth in the game, it was horrific. It was terrible. She was impossible to get to. Hopefully they didn't do that again. At least she costs 5. So +1, choose up to 1 target creature, put a 1/1 counter, and a counter from among Flying, First Strike, Lifelink, or Vigilance on it. So we're doing the mechanic counters again. That's cool. I really like that. It just let you tactically make decisions and play in different ways and respond to situations and adapt to other people's decks really easily and intelligently. It was great. I'm glad they do that. Hopefully they do it more. -3, look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may put a permanent card with mana value 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield with a shield counter on it. I can't talk today. I just got to power through it. I'm sick of doing other takes. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order and then take way too much niacin. I mean, it's mana value 3 or less. It's not a tutor. It's not from the graveyard. It's kind of luck. I mean, it's 7 cards, but still. Look, I've seen Coco miss. That shield counter could get pretty wild, though. And -7, create 5/3/3 white angel creature tokens with flying. Not really a game ender, but it's not really within alt range. Usually an alt, if it's really good, will be 3 turns away. She starts with 5 and can get to -7 pretty quickly with her +1. So, okay, the problem is they'll be like, whoa, 9 damage in the air. Oh, she's so powerful. But they forget that there's cards right now that can bring out like 7/7/7 spirits. Talking about, was it Hallowed Haunting or whatever, by the way? In like 1 turn, just for doing like nothing. Oh, if you gain life, bring out a 4/4 Angel. Every time you gain life, bring out a Pegasus. I mean, she's undercut by some crappy little enchantments that aren't even legendary. You can stack them up, you can clone them. They need to calm down so that stuff like this will be impressive again. And I'd say they're prepping for a power level reset, but they very clearly aren't. People have said that for the last 2 rotations, and it's never been true. So, I mean, she's decent. You know, nothing exceptional, but she's decent. Next up, Urabrask Heretic Praetor. What? It's a story spotlight card, but I gotta say, what the hell does any of that mean? That's insane. Does he not want to complete people? Where's the heretic part? What is he doing? Is he turning on him? What's going on here? Oh, also, he's on new Capenna. So Urabrask Heretic Praetor, 5 cost, double red, legendary creature Phyrexian Praetor, obviously, 4/4 haste. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. Jeez, upkeep. Holy crap. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, the next time they would draw a card this turn, instead they exile the top card of their library. They may play it this turn. Oh, so they only have until the end of turn. They can't hold on to something. I actually kind of like that effect because it's not too oppressive. It's just a little something to play around. Way more interested in lore. So like good card, cool, red mid-range, interesting, red card above 3. There we go. Yes, do more of that, Wizards. Thanks. Next up, Getaway Car. It looks like a pig. There, I said it. Moving on, 3 cost 4/3 haste vehicle, obviously, and colorless. Whenever Getaway Car attacks or blocks, return up to 1 target creature that crewed it this turn to its owner's hand. Why would you want that to happen? It's not even May, you just have to do it, and then it's crew 1. Probably because it's, a crew 1 4/3 for 3, like that's pretty good. I think making this a rare was a little much, but keeping this out of, the uncommon slot for drafts was a good choice, so sure. Next up, the man himself, Obnixilis, the adversary. Don't know what he does in the story, but I think, like, almost the whole story is out already, weirdly. So he's a 3 cost 3 loyalty. What? Black, red, plus obviously 1 generic. Legendary Planeswalker Nixilis. So Casualty X, but the copy isn't legendary. Nope, you're not supposed to do that, and has starting loyalty X. You've got to be kidding me. So as you cast a spell, you may sacrifice a creature with power X. When you do, copy the spell. The copy becomes a token and doesn't have legendary. Great. So in other words, Jace Hair has +1. Each opponent loses 2 life unless they discard a card. That's annoying. If you control a demon or devil, you gain 2 life. Okay. And then -2, create a 1/1 red devil creature token with when this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. I'm not a fan of those either. And people are going to play this for 3. -7, which you're really far away from. Target player draws 7 cards and loses 7 life. Yeah, I mean, not an automatic game winner, but boy, that'll help you out. And if he comes out on turn 3, yeah, -7, that'd be about right. So, I just generally don't like him. Especially since he basically comes in pairs. And you could drop him out with an enormous loyalty. In fact, you could just -7 him right away and still have a copy left over. So like I said, he's literally just Jace. Next up, Cut of the Prophets. What the hell? Anyway, double black X, sorcery rare. Oh, this is going to be nuts. Okay, Casualty 3, you draw X cards and lose X life. Oh, so it doesn't affect your opponent. Good. I thought this would be some, meat hook clone or something. Ugh. We're still going to need a sweeper. I bet they didn't even print one in the set. I bet they're waiting until the next one. So that what's-their-face can go wide with swarms. Okay, unfortunately, there are more cards left to spoil, but I have got to get up early tomorrow, and I worked a 13-hour shift today. So, yeah, really cutting into my work time and stuff. It's getting really annoying, that and my other businesses. But whatever, I need the money. I just found out that something got really messed up with my taxes, and I owe the IRS more money than I could ever possibly pay them, so I'm probably not going to fall asleep tonight. But yeah, in order to edit this and get it out in time, I got to cut it off here, sorry. So, yeah, tomorrow, woo, weekend, yay. So watch for more spoilers, it can only get crazier from here, but so far, pretty good stuff. Not too bad, a lot of good keywords, a lot of good design cues. Yeah, can't wait to see how they screwed up on approximately day 3, I think is their average. So see you guys next time.